Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Mic Up Podcast. I am your host, Kaya, and on the stage, on the virtual stage, I know you see it because I see it. So I know you see it. We have the author extraordinaire, Miss Alexandria's house, who I like to call your favorite author's author. Okay. She's your favorite author's author. Um, so to me, when I was planning this podcast, I wanted it to be more than just a Q&A. I wanted it to be like a celebration of your catalog, of your work, of everything that you give us. I really wanted to give you your flowers, and I hope that you receive that during this podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for spending time with us today. So, if you are watching, go ahead, leave in the comments where you're watching from. And if you have any questions that you want to ask Miss House, please go ahead and drop them. I will do my best to get to them. So, we're going to get started. Again, it's a celebration. And I was just offline before we started. I told her that I get a little bit anxious before I hit the live button. So y'all bear with me. And plus, it's Miss House. So what y'all want me to do?
Girl, please.
Now, do you want me to call you Miss House or you want me to call you Alex? Or does it matter?
Whichever you want.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read your bio and then we're going to get right into the Q&A. So Alexandria House is a former RN turned full-time independent author who pens steamy, relatable stories about Black love. Since 2016, she has penned and released more than 40 works, including 9 series, 2 novelettes, several short stories, story compilations, and 1 poetry collection. Known for writing engaging dialogue and swoon-worthy male characters, most notably Everett Big South and Your Mouth McLean of the McLean brothers. Miss House deemed herself a purveyor and proselytizer of Black love. Her books consistently land atop Amazon's African American romance bestsellers list, and she is a recipient of many reader-driven awards. She is also a 3-time Audie Award finalist. Her books have been included among other must-read lists, published to sites such as Shondaland, Oprah Magazine, and Book Riot. She is also the author of 3 Audible original projects. Her premier readers event, The House Party, was featured on the Ebony Magazine website. And when she's not engaging her readers on social media, you can find this Arkansas native writing her next bestseller or feeding her fashion addiction. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Now, you say you have a fashion addiction. What is in fashion for you right now? Just curious. What do you like?
Right now, I want something. I always want to look cute. I refuse to dress my age. So I want some cute, but I'm into cute and comfortable now. So I'm not willing to sacrifice comfort to be cute. So I have to kind of find something that's cute that's also comfortable for me. So, but I love clothes. I absolutely. Okay. I dress up for any occasion. I'm working on my Michael Jackson movie outfit right now.
Me too. Me too. Okay, and your glasses are cute, by the way. I want to say that.
Thank you.
I like that. All right. So you're welcome. So I'm going to dig right into our Q&A. Miss House, I don't know what to call you, Miss House Alexandria. I noted that she's been writing since 2016. And if you're watching this podcast, I'm almost certain you know who she is. And you may have heard her backstory of how did you become inspired? And, what did you read when you were younger? So I wanted to ask kind of different questions. But like I said, if you all have questions, please go ahead and drop them in the comments. So my first question to you is, what would your younger self think about the stories you're telling now?
It would depend on how young. because I was a little freaky. I was a freaky young lady, so she would probably be like, "Clock it, yes," you know. Oh yeah, I was a mess. I was a mess with it. So I think the younger me, that the not mother younger me, would be like, "Yes,
Mhm,
girl, that's what you do." Now, once I became a mother, um, and I was trying
mhm.
to act like I, had some sense, that version of me might be a little taken aback. But this is who I am at my core. What I write is who I am.
Oh, okay. All right. You threw me off, which was a little freaky. You threw me off, but you know what? I read your book, so
Oh yeah, I mean, are you really
yeah.
shocked?
No, I really can't be. And that's going to lead me into one of a story that I have, like when I first met you at the house party in Atlanta. I got a story for that.
Yes.
Um, Let me ask you this. The way that you write love, do you write it the way that you experienced it or the way you wish you experienced it?
I think a little of both.
Uh-huh.
I think I have had some, like most people, some romantic ups and downs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but there was some good love, there for a few minutes. so,
Hmm.
so I think it's partially what I experienced, what I have seen others experience, and what I would want, aspirational as well. So I think it's a combination. I think any writer is going to bring their life to what they're writing,
Hmm.
but it's a combo. Yeah, I ain't had no Big South.
I think only Joe had Big South. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Are you cautious or are there things about your personality or what you've experienced in love that you wouldn't put into a book because what you write is part of what you experience? Are there things that you're not willing to share that are too
Um, I don't think so. I think I've shared a lot. Y'all just don't know. I've shared a lot of actual real life experiences, and of course, maybe my beliefs or the way I feel about things are going to spill through on the pages. I think that's just natural. But I can't think of anything. I could
Mhm.
ashamed of anything I've experienced or any decisions I've made. I just know, you learn from everything. So I just live and learn. Um,
Yeah.
I was a teenage mother, but I dang sure ain't ashamed of that because them kids are doing well. So, you know, as you know, my daughter is my business partner, and I was all of 15 when I had her, but she is
Mhm.
absolutely brilliant. So anything I did, any decision I made, I think it all shaped me. I'm not. No, I mean, I may not expressly tell you, "Hey, yeah, I did this. I stood on my head, had sex in the back of an alley." I'm not gonna tell you, but but yeah, yeah, a lot of my experiences show up in the books.
Okay. Okay, so I want to pause for a second and let the audience know my very first interaction with you. It actually wasn't the house party, it was actually through your DMs, right? So, way back in 2021 in the era of COVID.
Yes.
No, but for real, we were going through COVID, and I decided that I wanted to write my own, write my book. Fine. Book is done. What do I do now? Oh, you need somebody to edit it. Where do I find the editor? So um, I looked at the people whose books I was reading. You were one of them at the time. And I just started DMing y'all. I was like, hey, how do I find the editor? Can you recommend the editor? I didn't know what I was doing. It's just like, I just put it out there. It was several authors at that time that I just blindly messaged and asked for help. You were
Yeah.
one of the two who actually reached back and helped me. And you recommended Miss Barbara,
Yes.
and I actually used her. So yeah, I did. I used her. So I wanted to thank you. Like when people are kind to you, when they don't have to be, it's something that you remember, you hold on to, and it really shows the character of that person, especially because you don't have anything to gain from helping me. You know what I mean? So that was back in 2021. And I remember that and I appreciate that. So I want to thank you while I have you here. So thank you for helping me.
That's beautiful. Now I will say, y'all, listen. I can't get to them DMs now. There's a low overwhelming. So I had to, I had to make a decision. I couldn't answer, but I used to be really good about answering DMs. I really was. I miss doing it. I just, hey, it's a lot going on now, so I can't.
I can imagine.
But I'm glad that
I can imagine. Yeah. Well, thank you. I wanted to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. So my next question, let me see, someone's leaving a comment. Oh, we have a question here in the comments. Is there a story you wish to write, but you think your audience may not get on board? Have you ever thought about sci-fi romance? And that is from @ReadingAngel.
I would love to do. I actually have a sci-fi story in my head that I really want to do, and it's not necessarily that I don't think people get on board with it. It's just I have to find the time to do it because I made a lot of commitments writing wise. But I would love to do sci-fi. I do have a paranormal. If anybody hadn't read it, it's called Sanctuary, and it's real good. And
I read it.
The only thing I think when I made the decision, I'm going to do a sapphic series, lesbian series. That I've been kind of concerned about. I'm like, man, they might not want to read it, but I mean, I want to do it, so I'm gonna do it. But because I'm really serious about representation for all Black women, no matter all Black love. So, yeah, that I mean, this is what I do to make a living. So I don't want to write something that nobody buys and reads, but I also have to follow where my creativity takes me. So I can't think of anything I absolutely just would be too scared people would get on board for. But yeah, sci-fi is definitely on my list of what I want to do.
Okay. All right. And we have DM's Diamonds in the virtual building saying we will read anything House writes with the fingers. So shout out to DM's Diamonds. Thank y'all for joining. And another comment said, if you write it, I'm going to read it at LaKenya too. Thank you, LaKenya too. All right. So we definitely have some comments coming in. Let me ask you my next question. What do you feel makes a love story real instead of just entertaining?
I think the characters and the way they are crafted, that they are three-dimensional. Neither one is like a prop for the other. That they have actual personalities and quirks and relatability.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes, at least that's what it does for me. In my mind, my biggest goal is to create real people that you may have seen somewhere on the street, even if it's a millionaire, billionaire, Big Sal. Still, when he was with his family, they were all roasting him, and he was roasting them, and he was still a person.
Right.
So that's the way I see it. The story is very important, but the story can't move forward unless the characters are authentic.
I agree. What is something that you feel you're still learning as a storyteller? Because in the intro, we have ascertained that you have over 40 titles. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of word count.
It is.
At this point, what are you still learning about you? Yeah, girl, I know. What are you still learning about yourself, even with all the catalog you have under you? What are you finding that's new?
That I'm still learning how to write, honestly.
Really?
I'm still learning how to write. Every time I open a new document, I'm learning how to write again. And I know that sounds crazy, but because I don't do a lot of planning other than in my head, I don't write a lot of stuff down. I don't take a lot of notes. I don't do an outline. And also because I try to challenge myself. So I know how to
Mm,
write a contemporary romance. I do know how to do that, but I may not know how to write this next contemporary romance because these are different characters. This is a different situation they're in. And then with the dark romance, that's a totally different animal. So I had to
yes,
learn to do
yes.
that. The muscle memory wasn't there for that because it's so different. So I think I honestly every time I open the document, I learn more about how to write and how to be better at it. And I don't ever want to stop learning more,
Mm,
of growing in it because I mean it wasn't anything I went to school for because I have a biology degree and a nursing degree, so
right.
I didn't go to school for writing. But I these stories, these characters teach me every time. They teach me something new.
Right. And as you're saying that, and I can actually hear that with each character because even though like the McLean brothers, they're brothers, and they grew up together, but their stories are so different. Their personalities are so different. It's like they remind you of each other, but they're their own person. Yeah, I see what you're saying with that as far as people, well, their characters having their own personality. It really shows, and I think that's part of what makes your characters so endearing is that they do have so much personality and they're so different.
Thank you.
Let's see. You're welcome. We have a question from Sweet Drew 23. She says, she asks, where do you find the inspiration for the comic relief for the stories, for the characters in your stories? And that just reminded me, I forgot when we started, I wanted to say something to you. I want to say, what's up there now? I want to say that. I want to say that.
Listen, I grew up in the South, in Arkansas, with a brother. My late brother was 10 years older than me, and he
Mm,
had to be the Joan Master of our town. I go,
mm,
he was funny. My mom was funny. My dad is still funny. I just grew up with a lot. My distant relatives, everybody was just funny, and I think that honestly is a thread that runs through the Black community. I think
mm.
we use humor as a coping mechanism, and I think
Yes.
I'm pretty dang good at that. So I think it's just part of me. Like I said, I'm in these books, so a part of me is once things get to a certain point, okay, all right, we need a break. Let's put somebody, let's put Anki in or something. So because I'm experiencing those feelings,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. I'm experiencing those feelings as the characters are, and then once it gets heavy, I'm like, okay, we need to laugh somewhere. We need to calm it down for a minute.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I'm listening
Yeah.
to Five Dates. I'm listening to the files from the audiobook. I just got them. And I'm sitting here cracking up, crying at my own writing. I'm like, I called my daughter. I said, "What is wrong with me? Why would I write this?"
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Let's see. Another question, or is this a comment? Hello, ladies. I love all of your books. One of my favorite is the Mitchell Brothers, and we love Uncle Lee Chester. All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Sister 8. And we have Sweet Drew 23. She said, I'm from Arkansas.
Oh,
Which
thank
part are you from, girl? Where in Arkansas are you from, girl? Look like I'm from there now.
you. I
Okay.
grew up in Pine Bluff. They call it Crime Bluff now.
Go ahead and drop where you're from if you're comfortable with that, Sweet Drew
Yeah.
23. All right. Okay. So my next question for you is, when you're writing, what are you correcting or reclaiming about Black relationships through your work? What are you
I
correcting?
told you. That's my
What's
dad is part of because he's from Grady. I'm sorry.
Oh,
He
no,
said
no, no, no. I was like, what happened?
from Dumas. Yeah, I know Dumas. I done been to Dumas, girl. My dad is from down to Grady, so look, we might be some kin. But anyway, correcting about the I don't know.
What are you
I don't know what
correcting or reclaiming?
what I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, what are you correcting or reclaiming about it? Because back in the day, I don't know, I can't say how far back, but Black love has not always been depicted in the most positive light or even depicted at all.
Hmm.
So when you picked up a pen and paper, maybe it was a pen and paper when you started, because I know I still handwrite sometimes. And when you open up your document and you wanted to write about Black love, what did you want to dispel when you did that?
I honestly don't think I consciously wanted to dispel anything. I think I just wanted to depict what I knew, um, to be the truth. Because I don't. I'm trying to think of a way to say this. It doesn't sound bad. I don't be thinking about the other folks when I'm writing. I'm thinking about. I grew up. I mean, I've told this story, in Sweet Drew would know this if she's from Dumas. I grew up in Pine Bluff. That's a predominantly black town. We have an HBCU. I grew up with an HBCU in town with me. I did. My mother was a teacher, so she picked my teachers. My teachers were black. My doctors were black. I didn't have a white doctor until I was an adult, full grown, and had left home. So all I know is black excellence. All I know is
Mhm.
black people. All I know is black love. So I don't know that I consciously thought, okay, I'm gonna prove to them that we're this. I just wrote us as we are. We're human. We have human experiences. I don't know anything
Mhm.
else. My ex-husband, we won't talk about that, but he's black. So any man I've dated is black. But that's just it's all I know. It's all I know. So when I write it, I just write authentically what I know us to be. Um, I wouldn't know how to write us any other way. So I don't know. I don't. Anybody can read my books, but I do write for black women. So
Like, well, did you know that you were breaking down barriers with your work? Did you know that?
child, no.
Or at what point? I really think that you did. I feel like in my mind, this is my opinion. Argue with yourself. You are one of the Mount Rushmore of the Black indie romance literary community. The authors, I feel like that. I feel like that you opened up the door for so many authors that are here now and writing. And like I said in the beginning, she your favorite author's author. I really mean that. And
Thank
I feel
you.
like your your voice, you're welcome, your pen, your voice, and your stories opened up a world of inspirations for authors like me who was just like, should I or shouldn't I? But the way you just brought characters alive in your voice, you really did inspire. And I feel like that you broke down barriers with your catalog. That's how I feel. And
I think.
that's just
I
my
think
opinion.
I,
Opinion.
I, w- I would I agree with you, but it wasn't intentional. I just um I think authenticity just breeds that. I've never felt like I needed to compete with anybody. I know we all can eat at the table. There's plenty of room,
Mhm.
and if I can help, I don't mind helping. Like I said, I'm a little more limited now because it's a lot going on,
Yeah.
but um, I just did what I will say this: I didn't beg for anything to happen in this career. It all came to me because I think I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I think and I'm doing it the way I want to do it, and writing what I want to write, and writing it in a way that I know it ain't flowery. I know it's not Harlequin. I know that. That's just not me. It ain't gonna be that. They're gonna cuss and they're gonna hunch. That's just what's gonna happen. So it's I think it may have opened the eyes of people to say, oh, that you could write that and have success. So I think
Right.
that may be what have happened,
Right.
because the same thing happened for me, like with Alice Walker and The Color Purple. I said, oh, that can be a book. I had no clue that you could write a whole book of vernacular and its letters, and I was like, okay, so the sky's the limit. You really can do what you want to with this craft.
Yes.
So I think so
Yes.
in that manner, yeah, I could see it. I just it wasn't my intention, child. Look, I was broke. I tried to fix something out. That's what I was doing.
Oh man. Okay. Well, let me see here. The DM's Diamonds stepped back in and said, House's depiction of men is top tier. We've heard male readers express awe at how real the characters are.
Oh,
Let me try to catch up with some of these
thank
comments
you.
here. An author that I reread over and over again, like it's the first time each time, and that is from Courtney Willis 6099.
Thank you.
Okay. You ain't never lied. House is the prototype. Again with the Daily Diamonds. Let me see here. Not cussing hunch child. Let's see. You got one more here. House is why I even read romance. Stay with me was my first read. I didn't know there were books like that existed. Instantly hooked. See?
Oh, thank you.
See?
Thank y'all. So y'all so sweet. Thank you.
I told you, girl. I told you. Okay, let's see. Okay, my next question is what moment and or moments made you realize that readers were deeply connected to your work? Because you're seeing the comments that we have now, but back when you started, what was that moment like? Hold on, I got something.
I think when I started making money, I said, "Oh, I said, wait a minute, they buying it," you know. And I said, "Wait, okay," and it really hit with Big South when "Let Me Love You" came out. And I remember I was so nervous because that was the first time I commissioned a photographer to do a cover, and it wasn't
Mm,
cheap. So I was like,
mm,
"Oh Lord, I hope I make this money back that I spent on this photographer." And then I put the cover up, and I said, "They're gonna hate this cover." I put the cover up, and everybody lost their mind. Tag me when it's live. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then
wow.
it started because I ain't gonna lie to you, Big South opened a whole bunch of doors for me.
Oh
So
yeah.
when that book started just really gain popularity, I said, "Oh, okay." So they like this. So yeah.
Oh, that makes me wonder. Like the series is called The McLean Brothers. When you wrote Big South, you knew you was going to write that whole stretch of series, the whole book, Autumn series. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. You knew you
Yeah.
was going to write a series that
Yeah.
long.
I knew it was gonna be because I had just done the Strickland sisters. And I said,
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna do brothers this next time. And I knew I wanted to be a rapper, wanted to be an NBA player. The twins
Okay.
didn't come to fleshed out in the beginning. They did as I wrote the first book, and I was just having
Okay.
it. That was a time, wasn't no pressure back then, so I was just having fun with it.
Right.
And
Right.
okay, so I was just having fun with it, and yeah, I knew I was going to do a series. Now, will I ever have that many books in a series again? Absolutely not. I won't do that again, and I won't write them that fast because that I wrote and uh, published all those books like in 13 to 14 months. I, I wasn't medicated. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that again.
Okay. We got some more comments here. Let's see. What's next? Will Uncle Leicester and Lou have their own story?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say who said auntie sister? Okay, let me tell you
Auntie
something.
Sister 8.
Obviously you don't care about my mental health. And I'm insulted. My feelings are hurt. The man is ignorant. I tried. I can't write a book full of ignorance. That's all he is very good. He's a very good side character. He is a scene stealer and he's comic relief. But I tried, y'all. I promise you I tried. I can't do a whole book of that. I ain't that crazy. I just can't do a whole book of that.
Oh, goodness.
It's too much.
Okay. I hope that. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Um, House helped me discover an entirely different genre of books, Sweet Drew 23.
Thank you.
DM's Diamonds coming through again. Big MF South. Absolute favorite series. Okay. Oh, wait. We got LMAO. And we got, oh, what's up there? All right. For those of you who are just joining in, we will be towards the end of the podcast, we're going to have a book discussion about the Three Kings series, and we're also going to I'm going to reveal the poll that I took on what is your favorite Alexandria House series. So that is coming up if you're just joining us. Let me take another pause as we're talking about when did you realize your books were, your characters were onto something, or things were happening. Actually, that's not a really good segue, but I just want to tell this story.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm like, how can I draw this in? But here's the story. If you all have ever been to a house party, please go ahead and put some, I don't know, clapping hands or whatever in the comments that you've been to the house party and which one you've been to. Because the first ever book event that I went to was the house party in Atlanta, is in 2023. It was the first time I did it. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot going on, and for a person like me who is, I'm just a natural introvert, it was a lot of people I didn't know. I didn't know anybody. It was hot. I'm pretty sure you remember it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the 90s party, the 90s party part. I went to pretty much everything, but when I went to the 90s party, everybody was having a good time. Joan was there, on the stage dancing. It was a time being. So I'm walking around trying not to have my anxiety take over. And I'm, buying books from whomever. And I didn't know you had your table up in the front. I thought your table was like in the VIP room, right? So I didn't know you were all the way up in the front. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll meet her when I meet her. And once I got up there and I saw you sitting there, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's just been here the whole time. So I'm all nervous, like, okay, get yourself together, so I can go get this book. And so when I went up to your table, you only had like one book left, one title left. Let me not say one book. It was like one title and some accompaniments on the table, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to support you, but you only had the one title and your other items there, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take this book. And I look down and I'm looking at the little package and I'm like, what's that? You know what I'm about to say? Oh, you said, oh, those are nipple clamps. I'm like, oh, and you just busted out laughing because I guess my face was like, what? So I said, okay, I'll take the book and I'll take the clamps. So I purchased it. Come on, look, I didn't know what they were. I wanted to support. That's what you had on your table. That's what I was buying off the table.
They're fun.
So, girl, I don't know. Let me tell you what happened. So when I got back to the hotel at the end of the night, I'm going over my haul and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't have my clamps. I left them on the table. So I'm like, oh, no. I can't just DM you and be like, excuse me, I don't have my nipple clamps. I couldn't do that.
You really couldn't.
I was like, that'd be so weird. And I'm like, I'm not just going to go up to you after meeting you one time and be like, yeah, so I purchased them nipple clamps. It was just weird to me. It was strange to me. I'm like, I can't do that. So the moral of the story is I wanted to support. I supported, and that's my other.
Nobody, I'm gonna tell all y'all, you never have to be nervous meeting me. I promise you, I'm regular degular. I'm sitting up here in some pajama shorts right now. I'm just a regular chick. I am not. I like the finer things, but I'm not that type of. I'm not a bougie person or anything. So
I get, I get you, but it was just like for me, never having been to an event, really never having met any authors or anything like that, and just trying to tamp down my anxiety. I guess I just
mm-mm.
left them on the table. I just probably snatched, trying to get away, and then I was
You
like,
trying to hurry to
all
get
right,
away.
I didn't recognize
It's
I didn't
okay.
have them,
Well,
and
listen. Well,
we got
next time you
Monica.
come to something, next time you come to something, don't just you are amongst friends. I don't. To my knowledge, there's not a lot of strife going on in my events. Usually, people come and make friends, even if they come by themselves. So,
Yeah,
um,
it was a
it's a
great time. It was
yeah, it's a
fantastic.
common thing. Nobody's gonna treat you any kind of way. My crew was Tamika's crew because I paid Tamika to handle everything. They're professional. It's always gonna be a good time. It's gonna be laid back, and that's that way on purpose because just about everything I do for Black women because I love us, and I just
Mm,
want us to have a good time and relax. And you do buy a ticket, but I promise you it's a gift to you because my ticket
yeah.
costs more. But and then I want to address the VIP thing. I don't even I don't have no VIP ticket, so I don't even go in there. That's the VIP stuff. I
Mhm.
don't go in there. I ain't got no ticket. I'm not gonna go in there. That's for them to relax. So no, I'm out. My table gonna always be out with everybody else's.
Yeah, they was keeping that VIP room on lock. I'm trying to peek in, like, what they got going on in there? But yeah, it was a fantastic time. And I did go to the after party too, so I'll
Oh
just leave that where it is. But I did. I went. I went. I was like, what's
yes,
happening up
one of my favorite
there?
events.
I'm sure, girl. I was just like, when I saw the man come out, you know what? I'll leave it alone. If you were there, you were there. If
Oh
you know, no.
yeah, Mr.
And
Baby Leg. Yeah, yeah. Ah, a time was had. A time was had. Yeah, yeah.
mm, 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 mm. Let me see. Monica said that she got some too. I'm assuming she's talking about the
The
clamps.
clamps.
Um, all right. Let me see. Whew. All right. I think I know the answer to this one, but have your readers ever influenced the direction of your storytelling?
They bullied me into giving Catherine McLean a book, so I guess so.
Really?
Because it's called the McLean Brothers, and
Right.
the way I saw it was I would tell her story in all of the brothers' books, which is what I did, kind of. But
Mm.
that wasn't good enough for the housemates, so they were like, "We saw this. That's not fair. She needs a book. She needs a book." So I did do it. I said, "I'll do a novella, but y'all better buy it." And so they did. Other than that, I can't say necessarily no, because if they really influenced me, Uncle have a book by now, and I'd be in an insane asylum.
Mm.
So, uh, yeah.
Okay. Um, of all the hundreds of thousands of words that you have written, there, I don't really want to stress you out, but I wonder, is there a line from any book that you have written that sometimes you just think about like, I did that one. You know what I mean? You just like when you hear it or someone brings it up to you, like, yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lines, but there are chapters that because I love audiobooks. So I'll I'll listen to the audio versions of my books. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I get to experience it, like you all experience it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll I love chapter 18 in Believe in Me. That's when Zoe kidnaps Renee's ex-husband. So I love that whole chapter. Um,
Okay.
as far as lines, I believe there probably are some that just not coming to mind right now. I will say, in listening to this 5 dates audio, it opens up at an event, a Niles Adams poetry event, a
Mm-hmm.
spoken word event, and I said, "Girl, you wrote this poetry." I'm like, "What?" I said, "You did that?" So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, every once in a while I'll think of something, or sometimes it's just the overall story too, like personal. I really feel like I did that. So
Oh,
I'm very proud of that one. So yeah, it's different things. It's
yeah, you
oh,
definitely
there is a
have
line.
some.
There's a line in Temper Me
Okay,
where he
okay.
says there was an ache deep inside of me for me wanting to be deep inside of her. And I said,
Oh.
girl, you did that. You know, so, yeah.
I love that series. I love that series. We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that
Oh,
series.
thank
But
you.
I just wonder because, like I said, sometimes you just be like, yeah, I definitely did that one.
Yeah.
Is there something about when you're writing, is there something about Black love that you refuse to water down or like, well, you already answered that question because I don't think you water anything down
I
when it
try
comes to
not
Black
to.
love.
I try not to.
Mm,
I'm never going to water down the fact that Black women deserve easy love, that you shouldn't have to suffer through it. I don't ever
mm,
want to write. And I know some people might deem some of what I've written as like flagrant. You may see that as struggle love, but
mm.
um,
I was
but
going to say something about flagrant later
I know
on.
I upset a whole bunch of folks. They'll be all
No.
right. They'll be all right though. But I just the fact that it exists. I think by writing it, I'm not watering it down. The fact that I'm writing black on black
Hmm.
and writing, I don't ever want to sacrifice a black woman being adored. And although this is fiction, that's not a fictional concept. So, and I don't, I don't want to.
Hmm.
Um, I just want black women to be able to see themselves, and I mean all black women, all sizes, colors, heights. Um, and so I guess maybe that's what I refuse to water down. I'm not going to give you one type of woman being loved. I want to show
Right,
every woman, every black woman being loved.
right. Okay. We have another comment here from Monica. Thank you for the great narrators you select for your books. I'm going to mix up my questions a little bit here because you brought up Flagrant, and I got to say something about Polo. Okay.
All right,
Let me
come on.
tell you, first of all, I wasn't mad at it at
Okay.
all. I loved it. Loved it. Okay.
Yay.
But let me tell you, when he threw up, I tell you, I had to stop and I cried laughing. I literally cried laughing because what you thought? What you thought? Like it was that to me was perfect.
Mhm.
That was perfect. Chef's kiss on that one.
Yeah, thank
So let
you.
me ask the question that I have concerning Polo. Whether it's Polo from the St. Louis Cyclones series literally becoming sick to his stomach when he found out the truth, or Esther Dean from the McLean brothers hiding in the closet, which moments do, which moments do readers often refer to when you meet them? Because that hide in the closet, let me tell you,
Yeah, they're hiding in the closet is a thing.
was
They
it?
refer to that, and a lot of people ask me for a while there. They would ask me what happened to Saul Sharp from them boys. Like, what happened to him? I'm like, I can't tell. I ain't trying to get John on me. I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that I get that one a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, that closet that was wild. Like, yeah, a lot of people. Honestly, if people just hate her, every once in a while I get on Facebook and or Instagram decide to trigger everybody.
About
I'll say
STD, yeah.
Esther said, "Hey," and everybody tell that dusty hoe, So
Man, I can't remember off top because I listened to that audio several times if it was a Denrelay or Jacoby who did that scene. I think it was a Denrelay who did that
yeah,
scene.
hmm
And when like, well, I can't. I'm not gonna say what she said, but grab everything she took and get her out. I mean, I was
Yeah.
hollering because why are you in the why are you in the
She
closet?
was so,
Why are you in the closet?
between her and Bugs, they were so fun to write though, because they were just unhinged. They were just so
Oh,
crazy. Oh man, they were a ball.
I
They were
love
blast to write.
it. All of y'all who was mad about Polo, like Miss House said, y'all be fine. Y'all be
Yeah,
fine. But I thought it was an excellent decision for what you did.
I
And
had
I thought the
listen. My
response
test readers
was
was
perfect.
upset. I had a test reader in tears about it. I said, "This is what it's got to be." I actually tried to change it. I tried to change the ending, and it just
Yeah.
nothing felt right. I said, "This is what it is." I mean, he
Yeah.
got to get something back, you
Yeah,
know.
he had to. I 100% agree. The Diamonds came in. We love Polo. And yes, baby, when Kendra dropped the BOMB, it sent us. It, yeah, let's see. And again, if you haven't listened to all of Miss House's or read all of her catalog, that is the book Flagrant from the St. Louis Cyclone series that we're talking about with Polo. And Esther Dean is from Let Me Love You from the McLean Brothers series. Like, if you don't know, ask somebody. Okay, let me see. Esther probably still hiding in somebody's closet. Child, that was crazy to me. That was crazy. They was like, "Do you hear something?" Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, but yeah, I love that scene. Another question I have for you is: have you ever felt pressure to keep producing even when you needed to rest?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like I said, this is like my only job, so yeah, all the time. But I am learning that it's okay. You know that I have an incredible group of readers that support me, and they'll be there. Um, they know I'm a human being, and they're very understanding. I just love them to death. So
Mhm.
patient with me. Um, right now, Umber book 3 of Three Kings is tearing me up. It's whooping me, but
Mm.
I'm gonna get it done. I think maybe my track record speaks for me now. You know I'm gonna do it. You know I'm gonna get it done. And I am. But yeah, I feel pressure
Mhm.
all the time. I really had to consciously decide that I'm going to concentrate on quality over quantity. That I'm getting older.
Yes.
Like I'm medicated now. I can't write 4 books at one time because I used to do that. So
Mm.
yeah, I was wild with it. But now I'm just gonna take my time and I'm gonna make sure that whatever I put out is the best thing I can put out. And if that's 1 book a year, it's 1 book a year. If it's 4 in the year, it's 4 in the year. So um, yeah, I had to make that decision to be easy with myself, give myself that grace to not feel like I had to
Right.
produce because that's we're in this microwave society now. You know, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me point this out as far as your series and taking your time and crafting and quality over quantity. I want to, I don't want to say commend you, but I think what you did with the crossover with them boys in the St. Louis side,
oh, thank
I thought that
you.
was genius. I love that so much, especially because it was so unexpected. Now,
Yeah,
when you were writing the Sires, the St. Louis Sires, did you plan that or just something like, you know what? This will be great if I did that.
I planned for it to be someone you all had already met. I did know it would be somebody we've already met, but um, I wasn't sure who for a while until I got to that book
Okay.
and I started thinking. I was like, oh, I know who. So because I
Sense.
had intended it for it to be someone else, and I said, no, that's not going to work. But I knew it would be somebody you already had met. I knew that for sure.
Okay. Yeah, it made such perfect sense that let me see. that I think one of the comments I read is like, John's the daddy. I'm like, what? John's the daddy? What? I didn't know what was going on.
Who he done got free?
So I was just like, what are they talking about? But yeah, I thought that was very, it's like, I thought it was a perfect usage of those stories and those characters to put them together, because the father son, when they got together, the father son, it just seems like it was perfect. That
Yeah.
I wanted to,
I loved that. Look, I loved that I did that too.
yeah, yeah, kudos for sure.
Thank you.
Let me see. DM's Diamonds coming through with a question. Would you entertain your books being made into film/television? If so, what would be your non-negotiables to green light production? And while you're answering that, I'm going to turn on my light. I'm starting to lose light here, so I'm going to disappear for a second, but I can still hear you.
Okay. Number one, hell yeah, I would entertain that. I absolutely entertain that. Actually, me and my daughter, who is my business partner, we've been talking about perhaps doing something independently. So whether it be a web series or whatever, or short film, I do have a short script written for something. So that's definitely on the horizon. That's one of our goals, is to get into film or TV, even if we have to do it ourselves. My non-negotiable for greenlighting would definitely be that, I would want the people to remain black. So that's probably the biggest part. I would go into it with the understanding that what you write is it's not going to be exactly the same, and I get that it can't be, because books and film are two different, or TV is different mediums. They have to cut some stuff out. They may have to retool some stuff. That wouldn't bother me. I would just want them to be black, but they could be black cartoons. I don't care. I don't care. Look, I need a retirement fund. So if they want to do it and they want to put it on the Weather Channel, I'm gonna put it on the Weather Channel. I don't care. That's just as long as it's black folks on the Weather Channel. We good.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Very good question, DM's Diamonds. Let me see here. Yes, and they are so big. I don't know what that comment is for. Yes, and they are so big.
Is it for them boys? Because they some big men.
I don't know.
Either that, I would say my breasts, but they're not out, so it can't be my breasts. So I'm thinking, them boys.
Let's see here. Another question I have for you is, how do you manage to keep your stories so fresh all the time? Because like I mentioned earlier, like none of your characters are the same. Like they just like, oh, that's just another version of Big South, or I don't get that. They're like, every character has their own life, their own background, their own everything.
Yeah. I work really hard at that. And two, that's how they present themselves to me. They come to me as real, actual people. I see real people in my head, or I hear real people when they talk to me. So that's why when a lot of people ask me, well, who could you see playing Big South? I don't know, because that's just a real person to me. I see Big South playing Big South. So I can tell you they need to be very tall with locks and be built, but not real bulky built, and charismatic. I know who he is. I don't know who could embody that. I just don't, because they are 100% real people with real personalities. I try hard to, whoever they want in book one, they're going to be that same person in book four, because of course they'll have growth, because in character development. But if they didn't like Karis in book one, they ain't gonna all of a sudden start liking them in book four or book three. Because that's not who they are. So it's just, luckily, I'm grateful that they present themselves to me very clearly as who they are. And they should not be able to be mistaken for anybody else, unless I forgot I wrote somebody. I start writing them again. I hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, and I do, like I said, I work hard at thinking, okay, no, he wouldn't do this, or he wouldn't say this, or he wouldn't understand what this is. Like, he wouldn't know that that's a maxi dress. He just gonna say she had on a real pretty long dress, stuff like that.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, so you just keep your level of authenticity when it comes to your characters, and that's really what shines through. And that's why you have such. I feel like that's why you have such endearing characters, like the Dravion Walkers, the Uncle Chester
Yeah.
Lees, and all them, because they are whole people. They're not just like a slice of a person, like, oh, let me just put them in here for some
Yeah.
comic relief. Like you said earlier, you actually know these people.
Hmm.
um, I have a couple more questions for you, and then we're going to move on to the poll that people, that the readers said are their favorite series of yours. And if you did not vote in the poll, please feel free to put your favorite. I can't say your most favorite to least favorite. It's like your favorite to most favorite. So the series that I put in the poll, if you want to put your answer in the comments now, I have the St. Louis Cyclones, Them Boys, McLean Brothers, Romeo, Three Kings, Strickland Sisters, and St. Louis Sires. So if you want to put your most favorite Miss House series in the comments, we're going to get to that poll in just a second. I just have a couple more questions
Okay.
before we get to that. So my next question is, in your work, you often tackle important issues like mental health when it came to Crystal from the St. Louis Sires and adapting to a life-changing disability like Van from the Romeo series.
Mhm.
Why is it important for you to bring such um, such important issues like that to the forefront in a genre that people will, let me just say, in a romance genre where people really just, you would think that they just want, love here and, sweet moments there, but you infuse those topics in your stories. Why do you think it's important to do that?
Um, because that's just real life. I try to tell realistic fiction, and it's just real life. I don't want it to be just fluff. And I want people who may be going through those same situations to see themselves in the story and see that you don't have to be perfect to be loved or to give love. So, and in a discussion I have with Joan Vassar all the time, as a black person, it's just something. It's almost like we have this unwritten responsibility to handle certain subject matter that's important to our people. And I think it's, I don't even know that it's conscious. I think it's just something that's just in us to do, to tell those stories and to make sure that everybody's seen and everybody feels seen. Um, and so, and of course, like mental health and stuff like that is near and dear to me because I have depression, anxiety. I know, and I've known my stepfather, my late stepfather, who was an absolute genius, just a brilliant man, was bipolar, and he had bipolar and he had schizophrenia. And when someone you know and love has dealt with those issues, you realize it doesn't make them any less human. It doesn't make them any
Mm-hmm.
less worthy of love or understanding. And so I just want to show that, just put a spotlight on it for someone to see that. I mean, just because you're dealing with something doesn't mean you're undeserving. It doesn't mean nobody will be willing to work through it with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really felt that in the story with Ford and Crystal. I really, really felt that. I'm just like, I was like, as I'm listening to the story, I'm just like, I'm thinking he's not gonna want to deal with her long term because like that's lifelong. Like, but the way you crafted the story of patience and love and understanding, and this is not a period for you, this is a comma, and we're gonna work through it. I
Yeah,
just love the way you put the stories together, even when they are facing these life changing medical issues or what have you. You
yeah,
don't ever let the other character just uh just go, just leave them where they are. It's always I'm going to help you. We got this. How can we fix this? I want you to be better. I still love you through this. And I think that's very important to do. And I just love that you do that in your stories. I really do.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
love that.
Thank you. And that's the way I see real love. If I love a person, that's not gonna make me stop loving you now. If you dog me out or something, that's an issue.
Right.
But if you're going through
Right.
something, because mental health is no different than any other health issue.
Yeah.
You wouldn't drop somebody because they're really severe diabetic. It's the same
Right.
thing.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. We have a question. DM Dime is coming through with the questions. Have you formally studied the writing craft by taking classes, workshops, etc.?
Um, Other than the little stuff we have to take in college, in high school, no. And honestly, that I'm afraid to do that. I'm afraid it would change the way I write, and I don't want to change the way I write. I like the voice I have right now, and the style that I have right now. Um, I learned to write by
Yeah.
reading, and I think most authors learn through reading. I was just a very avid reader growing up. Sweet Valley High and Sweet Dreams before I knew black folks was writing romance. That's then the
Right.
arabesque books, and then
Right.
I went on to thrillers and mysteries and horror and all this stuff. So I learned by reading and paying attention to what I'm reading and how it's structured. And I'm always learning, but not necessarily in a classroom. I'm always learning through reading and other people's storytelling, and not just the written word. Through watching movies, I like to play with
Mhm.
timelines and go back and forth.
Yes.
But I got that from
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino because he does that in his movies. So that's where I got that
Oh,
from. He plays with those timelines, and I love that. Um, and then if I'm watching something on TV, I'm gonna always have the captions on so that I can see my grandson peeked in here. I'm always gonna have the captions on so I can see how the dialogue was written in the movies and things like that. So I guess you can say I'm self-taught like that, and it's just a natural talent. And
mhm.
I like I said, I don't want to take a class and they change what I'm doing because I know I'm not writing formally, and I don't want it to change. I like what I'm doing.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Side note, I took a poetry class back in high school, and we had to write a poem, and the teacher had to grade it.
Mm,
And he graded mine's down because he's like, "This is not a poem." I was like, "You can't tell me what a poem is. This is what I wrote. It's a poem if I say it's a poem." And
absolutely.
like, yeah,
Hmm.
he sent a note home to my mom because I apparently I was rude, but you're rude. You can't tell me how.
That's why I don't want to.
But anyway,
If I went back to
I
school, it would be
agree.
for something like pop culture or something. It wouldn't be for writing. I wouldn't
I
do writing.
listen. I agree. I have two more questions for you. Um, so I have more than two, but I'm just gonna say two more because
Okay.
I had you for a minute. Um,
Okay.
so you have had some of the most talented narrators in Black romance to bring your characters to life, from Adenrele Ojo to Wesley Chavon, Sean Kristen, and of course Jacoby Diem.
Hmm.
How has the world of audiobooks changed your career? I don't know what you thought I was going to ask you because I don't know. You probably thought I was gearing up to say something else, but I just want to know how the world of
I had no
audiobooks.
idea where you were going.
I can. Oh, okay, okay. How has the world of audiobooks changed your career? Because my first listen from you was "Let Me Love You." That was my first listen, so
Yeah,
that's how I was introduced. Mhm.
it was my first listen too. For me, um, I first want to say that I am ashamed of the fact that I was such a big audiobook fan, and it never once occurred to me that my books could be audiobooks. It did not occur to me even one
Really?
time. Never occurred to me, and until Tantor reached out to me about doing McLean Brothers, and I thought, is this real? I did all the research,
Oh,
and I was like, well, shoot, yeah, I want, yeah, because I love audiobooks. Um, it's definitely changed I mean, I wouldn't have the Audible originals without Big South. Big South is the reason why I ended up with the Audible originals. They reached out to me after Big South came out.
Oh, wow.
So um, definitely an entire new audience. I have another
Mm,
audience now that diehard audiobook fans, and like I said, it opened up the door for the Audible Originals, which opened up the door for the Oddies, which opened up the door for me to go to New York and attend the Oddies and actually meet a Dimberlay in person and Wesley in person and Jacoby in person. So, and then, I mean, money ain't bad. So,
yeah.
it's great. I love everything about the romance world, the Black romance world. I love absolutely everything about it, from the readers, the listeners, everything. So this whole thing has changed my life, and I'm happy. I couldn't be happier. I ain't going nowhere. It just take me a little longer to get them out, but I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna put you on the spot and say, well, who would you like to work with? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do. Hey, because I know that could cause some ruckus, so I'm not gonna do that.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're welcome. So my last question that I have for you, because we have a couple of questions in the comments. My
Okay.
last question for you is, let me find it. Okay. What do you want your name to represent in Black romance?
Wow. I wanted to represent possibility,
Mm,
um, because for all intents and purposes, kind of doesn't make sense. I had to ask you, children, to close this door. Give me just a minute. I'm sorry.
sure, no problem. Alrighty, y'all. So thank y'all for still tuning in with us. Like I said, we're getting ready to get to the poll results in the book discussion about Three Kings. So I really appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm having a good time. I hope y'all are having a good time. So,
I'm sorry.
oh,
That was
you
ghetto.
good?
Yeah, that was ghetto. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
could
no
hear
problem.
all the stuff going on. They're big kids though. They're like 14 and 10, so they ain't in there doing. But um, possibility in the fact that um, I was a teen mother and a teen wife. I got married at 16, divorced about 8 years later. Um, I had a career as an RN, and I quit my job to do this full time. I still had one child left at the house. There's no rhyme or reason for this success. I didn't plan none of this. I ain't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I just do what feels right, what sounds right. I do my research. Um, I take it very seriously. I try to treat it like a business, but I
Yes.
also treat it like a business that I can stand behind. I'm not going to do any crazy stuff that I don't believe in doing. Um, it's just all I see. I hope that you look at me and see possibility and see what you can do. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm this girl from Arkansas. I'm still in Arkansas.
Hmm.
Um, but this is what I do full time. This is what I have done full time for a while now. And it just never ceases to amaze me that these readers, that they are so wonderful, that they show up for the events, they show up for the books, they sell out dinner tickets in 24 hours. You know, I'm
Yeah.
amazed. They come to these events and sell me. You know, I sell out, and I know it sounds crazy that I'm amazed at that, but I am, because it's not something I'm entitled to. They would have to
Hmm.
want to do it, and I'm amazed at it. And if I can do it, I promise y'all, anybody can do it. It's possible for it. I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. I can't emphasize that enough. It wasn't no plan. I didn't have a business plan. I just started writing books and putting them out, and they resonated with people. And if I can encourage any writer, including you, you know, and I know you, I'm sure you know this, but there's an audience for every book. Some audiences are bigger than others, but there's an audience for every book. If you write it and you like it, someone else is guaranteed to like it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I love what I do. I love my books. I enjoy listening to the audiobooks. I get tickled. I think I'm a good writer.
Hmm.
Um, but I wasn't sure if anybody else would agree. but people
Right.
agree, and I'm glad that they do. But that doesn't mean that you have to write like anybody else to be a good writer. You just trust your
Right.
voice, trust your story, trust your characters, and just put it out there and work really hard to get the word out. There is work to this for sure, that you have to be willing to do. And my thing was the only plan I had was I said if I could work this hard on a job, I can work hard for myself. So that's what I do. I treated it as a full time job before it was ever a full time job because I was trying to get up out of there. So
Mm,
that was a goal for me. I did not. I was tired. I loved nursing and then I loved the patients. I didn't love all the other stuff that went with it, and I was just ready
right.
to get done. So I hope you see possibility. I hope you see a person that trusts their instincts and
Hmm.
trusts their gut that this is the right thing to do or that's the right thing to do or leave this alone. And I'll tell you right now, I have not. I promise y'all, I have not begged for anything that has happened. It has all come to me.
Yeah.
And if you're on the right path, that's just how it is. I hope y'all can see that. I'm 53 years old, and this is what I'm doing.
Hmm.
You couldn't have told me this 20, 30 years ago. I'd be like, you got to be crazy. I'm not gonna be no full time writer, but here I am.
Yeah. Well, I know you'll have several more years of success in characters we will love, in lines we will quote, in more Esther Deans. Maybe not another South, 'cause Big South is Big South. I'm just saying, but
Listen,
I know
I,
that
I did something with
you'll
him.
continue. You did. You did. As they say, you did your big one on that.
I
So
evidently, child.
you did. So I know that for years to come, your name is going to be synonymous with excellence and Black romance. And I look
Thank
forward
you.
to staying a loyal reader to you. So
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for the encouragement there as well. All right, y'all. So y'all been hanging in with us. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is still enjoying themselves. So we are going to get to this poll that I put
Okay.
out. I put it out in my newsletter and I put it out on Instagram and in my stories of what is your most favorite Miss House series. And again, the results, not the results, Lord mercy. The choices were the St. Louis Cyclone, Them Boys, Claim Brothers, Romy U, Three Kings, Strickland Sisters, and St. Louis Sires. Now, before I even say the results, y'all put who y'all believe was the number one most favorite series. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anybody, but come on, let me see what you think. So let me see what people put in the comments. Let's see. St. Louis Cyclones is definitely mine. That is from Danisha Bolden 2658. Hi, Danisha. Um, them boys, we them boys from Auntie Sister 8. All of them. How do I choose? Excellent answer. Here we go. The Strickland sisters and them boys. McLean brothers. Oh wait, one, two, and three. I think she. Oh, she numbered hers. So one is them boys. Okay. Two is McLean brothers and St. Louis Sires. Got it. Let's see. And to be truthful, I love all of them. Grateful. I mean, okay. Love Ford and Crystal. You know, it's hard for me to say I have a favorite, but I'll say out of that series, that was my favorite. Out of
Yeah,
that series, for sure.
yeah. I like them. That Ford was funny. I enjoyed writing him.
I love Ladarius. I'm just saying. I love Ladarius.
Oh.
Um, we'll get to that in 1 second, Auntie Sister 8. Let's see. Did I go back up? My first audio was Teach Me, and I was hooked since. That Roman U series, I'm pretty sure that it has done well, but I think people be sleeping on that
They
series.
do. They
I think
do. They
people
do. They
Y'all
sleep
get
on
into
it.
Romeo for real. Get into
Mm-hmm.
that. Audiobooks is where it's at. Another question we'll get to you, Dawn. Thank you for joining. McLean. McLean. The show and McLean. McLean brothers probably won. So here are the results. I'm gonna go from the lowest. I'm going lowest. Look, I'm gonna go from the lowest to the highest. So I'm going to go from the least amount of votes to the most amount of votes. Let me say it that way, child.
Okay.
Okay, so coming in at number 7 is Romeo. That's why I said they sleeping
Yeah,
on
they be sleeping on
Romeo.
Roman. They be sleeping on Roman. Mm-hmm.
Get into Romeo, y'all. Run them numbers up for Miss House, please. Um, Number 6, the Strickland sisters. Number 5, St. Louis Sires. Actually 6 and 5, they were actually a tie. 6 and 5
Okay.
were a tie. Number 4, Three Kings, which I'm glad about because that's your newer work, so people
Mm-hmm.
really into it. Number 3, St. Louis Cyclones. Number 2, We Them Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, of course, the McLean brothers. So
Yeah.
that's what we got. That's what we got. But y'all stop sleeping on Romeo. Stop
Yeah.
playing House with her pen game. We're going to answer these last 2 questions, and then we're going to have the book discussion about the Three Kings series, which the first 2 books are out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dawn wanted to know: do you plan to write more in the paranormal realm?
I do. I would love to. I just haven't had a strong story come to me. I have an idea, but if it really fleshes out, I will do it again. I'll write some more. I want to. That originally Sanctuary was supposed to be book 1 in a series. Um, so we'll see if they bring me some more. I'll do it.
Okay. And Auntie Sister 8, where to go? She wanted to know, other than yourself, who is your favorite author?
Well,
What is
everybody
there?
knows that I am literarily married to Joan Vassar. So
I knew you were going to say that.
she'd be my top
I
pick.
knew it.
I absolutely love everything she does. Uh, she's just good. She's just so good. So I love CCJ, love Belvin,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
Jacinta Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably my all-time favorite is Zora Neale Hurston,
Okay.
which is not romance, but I love Zora Neale Hurston. Um, if we're talking other genres, I love Brandon Massey for horror. It's more thriller, suspense than horror. It doesn't scare me, but then not much does. Um,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I read across a lot of genres. That's another way that I learn to write too. So I have a bunch. I love absolutely my favorite. One of my all time favorite books is The Color Purple because, like I said, it really did change the way I saw a book could be written, or the way I thought a book could be written. Um, so yeah, I have quite a few faves. I can't think of everybody off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm a still an avid reader, a listener now. I don't do a lot of eyeball reading because I try to save my eyes to write, but I listen to a lot of audio.
Mm. Okay. All right. Very good. That was the last question. Shout out to Joan Vassar. Joni. I love Joan as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Joan as well. Oh my goodness.
That black series ain't nothing to play with. But she ain't missed. None of them are misses. So every book she's written is excellent. So
Yeah, she's definitely excellent at that historical fiction, and
mm,
that's a whole other conversation with Miss Joan.
yeah, yeah.
All right, y'all. So we are winding down to the end of the podcast, and we are going to talk about the Three Kings series, which is your latest series. We don't have to go super in depth with it because I've been holding you hostage for a little while now. But the Three Kings series consist of 3 books: Lilith, Memphis, and Umber.
Mm-hmm.
Umber is not released yet. So
Yeah.
for those watching who have not gotten to the Three Kings series, what can you tell us about the series? And why did you decide to go more into the darker side of romance?
I would say that this is it is a dark romance series. It has a lot of unexpected twists and turns. Um, it is not your usual dark romance. It's an Alexandria House dark romance. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I made the decision to do it, I said, well, it still got to have the elements of any other Alexandria House book. So the men are mean, but they love their women. So
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. I decided to go into dark romance to challenge myself. I'm easily burnt out. I probably had every nursing job known to man because I was getting burnt out so quick. So I know that if I just do the same thing over and over and over again, I'll get burnt out. And one thing about me, I will quit a job, and I don't want to quit this. So
Right.
I had to figure out a way to uh, keep it fresh. The hockey series was another thing I did. I knew nothing about
Oh,
hockey. I
yes.
grew up in a football home, so I knew football, I knew basketball, I know baseball, I played softball, but hockey was totally foreign to me. So that was a challenge for me too,
Right.
to learn that sport and everything. So yeah, that's I wanted to do something different. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. I didn't know I was going to use my brain so much, but
Yeah.
I'm proud of what I've done with it. I think they're good books. I love listening to audio. It's fabulous. So I've enjoyed listening to the audio of those 2 books, and I think I would only say if you haven't read the series yet, if you haven't read the first 2 books, it's still an Alexandria House book. You got to don't stop and think I done lost my mind. Keep reading. You got to
Right.
keep reading, and you'll realize you'll see what I'm doing. Let me cook and stay with it, and then you'll be like, oh, that's what's going on. Because
Yeah.
some people have said I quit it so and so chapter. I said, well, you missed it then. If you quit early, you missed the whole
Right.
point of the story.
Oh,
So, and I get it. It's different. You might not expect it from me, but
but
just
the
trust me. Trust me. You've been reading
yeah,
me. Trust me.
the quality is there. The quality, the storytelling, the characters, the unexpected parts of the story.
Yeah.
Because I just finished Memphis, the audio. I just finished Memphis yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna. I don't know if all y'all have listened to it. So when it came to the end, when Bo was hurt and they were trying to figure out who did it, and
Mm-hmm.
Memphis like, let's just go on and get rid of you know, so and so. You know what I mean? But when it
Yeah.
came down to I was just like, I never would have thought so. You know, the story's still there, the characters are still there. So if y'all gave up on it, go back to. Don't play him his house face like that.
Come on, now it's
Don't play
still
him
me. It's still me. I'm still gonna give you the.
Come on,
I ain't
y'all.
play. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm gonna give you a good
Yeah,
story.
but seriously, they're really good books, and even though the MCMs are mean,
Yeah.
they are, even though they're mean, but they're still like, you still like them. You know, you
Yes.
still like them. They're
Because
still
their redeeming quality is they love their women. They love those women.
exactly.
I'm
They
never gonna.
do.
I'm not gonna give you a male character that does not love his woman. So you go into it with that in mind. He loves her. Now he may be doing some crazy stuff, but you'll
Mhm.
understand why if you keep reading. So yeah, they. I mean, I had a ball writing those on Hinge Me, and oh my god, that's so much fun. That's so much fun. It's like no rules. I love it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was just like when I listened to Lilith, because I knew it was dark romance. I knew you were departing from, you
Yeah.
know, your regular and you were going to dark. And I was just like, because I'm like, I really don't do the dark romance because I'm like, it's something weird to me about he done kidnapped you. Now y'all having a baby type thing. Like, what? So there's something weird to me about that. I'm just like, but
Yeah.
because it's you, and that's the thing, because it's you, and I've learned to trust you as an author and as a storyteller. I trusted you in that story. So I'm like, let me see what's happening. And
Mhm.
I
Then
so
you
enjoyed it.
got to the explanation. You were like, "Oh, that's what's wrong
Yeah,
with him."
I so enjoyed it. But once somebody got unalived, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Because now that was completely uncharacteristic. I was just like, I didn't think you lost your mind, but I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
So that was like the most uncharacteristic thing in that story when
hmm,
but other than that, like, you are still very present in that storytelling. So
yeah, yeah.
I just say, if you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it.
Please, yes,
Is I'll always go to the author's site. Always go to the author's site to see what you can purchase there first before you go to Audible, wherever
hmm.
else you go, Amazon. Go to the author's site. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. Please go to the author's site before you go anywhere else
Please,
to purchase their work.
please. I
I'll leave it
appreciate
there. You're very welcome. Um, so I mean, like I said, I don't have like a really in-depth
it.
conversation about the Three Kings series. But I did want to make sure that we highlighted that, because again, it is your latest releases. They're really great books, and you have a third one coming
Yes.
out, Umber. So we have Lilith out, Memphis is out, and we're
Oh,
waiting on Umber. And I believe you said Umber may be available for BRBF,
I'm hoping.
possibly.
I'm trying really hard. I'm working on her now. Um, it's a complicated story. I did that to myself. I'm a little mad,
Mm.
but I'm hoping to have it
Oh,
ready. I want to have it. The first place you can get it is Black Romance Book Fest. I want to just have the paperback there.
right.
Then after that's over, I'll do the ebook and stuff. So that's the goal, y'all. Y'all keep me down in prayer and light some candles and chant or something. That's the goal. I want to do that. So and it is doable. Just like I said, there's a lot going on. We got our house party cruise is the 1st of April, so, and we're planning
Oh,
these dinners. So there's always something going on in the house universe. But that making that my priority to get that written and ready. I have a cover and everything. I just got to have a book.
okay. All right. And you just mentioned some upcoming events that you have going on. Can you let the people know what you got coming on, where they
Yeah,
can see you live and in person if it ain't sold out?
yeah. So we have the house party cruise. It's April 4th through 11th. Going to Jamaica. It's a Caribbean cruise with Virgin Voyages, and it really is just like it's laid back. We have a few things we're doing together, but for the most part, you get on there, do your thing. You're not committed to doing a whole bunch of group activities, but we do have some things we're going to do together. Um, and then in this summer and fall, we're doing my dinner series again. We're doing L.A., New York, and Houston, and it's a really intimate thing. We usually sell like 30 tickets to keep it really intimate. We have a
Mm,
really good dinner. We either rent a space and hire a chef, or we buy out a room in a restaurant. Everybody gets a special book. They get a special book for the cruise too. I forgot about that. So they get a special book that only they'll get because they booked the cruise. Then you get a little special book. Every city has a different book. Every city has a different color we're gonna wear. Um, Great cuisine. The last one we did was so good. That last dinner series. It's just nice. You get this. We sitting there and we talk about the books, and you just have a good time. It's a nice little intimate affair where you can have really one-on-one time with me because it's only like 30 people. Now we are trying to, everything's sold out. We are trying to add tickets, especially for New York, because wow, I didn't know that many East Coast folks would want to come. So we're trying to figure out a way to add some tickets. It wouldn't be a lot because I don't want it to be a big crowd. But we're trying to figure out a way to add some tickets to Houston
right.
and New York because there was such a demand for those. There is a waiting list. You can go on my website and you can join the waiting list to see if we're able to open up tickets. You'll be notified. Um, other event, I will be at Black Women's Book Fest. I think I have my itinerary of my signings and my panel is on my social media, so you should be able to find it there. And House Party 2027, those tickets will go on sale this summer. We're going to be in Vegas, and the theme will be the Sires hockey, and then the after party will be a Three Kings thing. So
Oh.
yeah, yeah, well, and if you're interested in joining my Patreon, the patrons get first dibs on everything. They're the first ones that can buy tickets before everybody else. First one that can buy books before anybody else. They were able to pre-order Black Romance Book Fest before everybody else could. We have a monthly Zoom where we just chill and chit chat, just have little girls talk. I'm always doing giveaways and stuff in there. Not a lot of writing content because I'm struggling, but hopefully we can get to get some extra writing content. And then they get exclusive books. I just did an exclusive Big South for them. Really, really pretty, beautiful book. So that's what we're doing in there.
I saw it. Yeah.
And so, and as far as upcoming books, of course, I'm working on Umber. My next series I'm going to start after this one is complete is a motorcycle series called The Sons of Shango. All of the characters are over 50 and they hunching. So we're going to be doing that. And I mentioned a couple of times that I'm proofing the audio files for 5 dates. It's read by Wesley Siobhan and Sharif Stevens. And it's so good so far. I'm loving it. So that of course will be available to patrons first. More than likely, it'll only be on my shop. I don't know that I'll move it to Audible. We'll see. But so yeah, that's everything that's going on right now.
Okay, and we have a question, Auntie Sister 8. How do you get on your Patreon?
There's a link to it on my website. If you go to the links like on my Instagram profiles, there's a link to Patreon. I always put it in my newsletters. So yeah, but if you go to my site, you should be able to find it. It's not expensive. It's laid back in there. We just in there. So, but it is a way to make sure you can get the ticket you want to get because these house party tickets, hey, that's a Wild West. I ain't nothing I can do about that. It'd be the Wild West when those tickets go on sale. And I do want to say, hey, y'all, if the VIP sell out, please still come. Please. Because I had a few people like, well, I don't want to come if I can't get VIP. Everybody can't be VIP. It wouldn't be VIP. So please still come, even if it's not VIP, because I promise you're still going to have a good time. You're still going to get a fabulous swag bag, even if you're not VIP. So please still come. We're going to have a good time. We really going to turn up because it's Vegas. So, yeah.
Yes, for sure. And I'll be sure to put your link to your official website in the description of this podcast. So everyone can go and check it out and see what you got going on. So we have come.
It says nothing to do with Chad. I'm sorry. Thank you.
It's okay. You're welcome. All righty. So we have come to the end of the podcast. If anyone has any closing remarks, you can go ahead and post them real quick. I just want to say thank you so much for spending some time with me. I know you're a very busy woman. You've got a lot going on. I'm sure there's a great demand for your time. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me. And like I mentioned earlier, your graciousness in helping me when I didn't know what I was doing, I appreciate. And you're just a really kind, humble spirit, even with the whole nipple clamp thing. If y'all missed that, y'all gotta watch it. Y'all gotta watch the beginning of the podcast. I'm not telling that story again.
Well, if y'all didn't come to the last house party, everybody at the house party got an electronic device for free.
Man, look. And I'm going to be at BRBF. I'm going to make sure I come and see you. I got to look at your times again, but I'm going to be at BRBF. So okay. I'll definitely make it a point to come over and see you.
Please
Okay. And
do.
I want to say that this podcast has been brought to you by the sponsors of Pineapple and Waist Beads. If you know, you know.
Yes.
Those are the sponsors, Pineapple and Waist Beads. If you don't know, you need to find out.
Yeah,
Okay.
hey, you better get with it.
Yes. All right. So thank you, Auntie Sister 8. She says we love you and thanks for all you do. We always
Love you
take care
too.
of you. And thank you for writing mature romances.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say. Anything you would like to say before we go ahead and end?
I would like to say that my website is Miss.
What is it?
It's
That I
Miss.
don't.
Yo, you got it right. No, no, no. I just want to
Oh,
say it because I should have said it.
oh,
It's
okay.
MsAlexHouse.com, MsAlexHouse.com. Please,
Yes.
that's my hub. You can find everything. You can. I try to stay updated on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok as well. You can follow me. You should be able to sign up for my newsletter on my website because what after Patreon, the next people that get the info is the newsletter, and then the public gets it. So sign up for all the things and keep up with me, and I hope to see you somewhere at some event soon. I appreciate everyone so much. I cannot say that enough. Thank you so much for keeping these here lights on. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for having me, Kaya. I had a blast with you. Love your spirit, and thank you for inviting me. And if anytime you want to invite me back, I will be glad to come.
Oh, I appreciate that. Got, I got a best friend, y'all. Y'all see how quick I got a best friend? No, I'm joking.
Bestie, Pinky
I'm not weird
swear.
like that. But I appreciate that. And I certainly will invite you back because I know you're going to have some hot fire
Hey, I'm
coming
trying.
soon. So, oh, wait, and there's more for Rome, and there's more
Oh,
for
I
romance.
forgot. Thank you, DM's Diamonds. I forgot. How did I forget
Okay.
that? I have turned in Romeo Book 4. It has been edited.
What?
It is. How did I forget that? After I struggled to write it. So yes, there's going to be a book 4. It is with this in the studio now. They recorded it this month.
Who's the characters? Who?
Um,
You can't tell?
Messiah, and Ginger are the characters.
Oh, the sister. Oh.
Yeah. I can't give you the narrators yet, but
That's fine, but I
I
love
think
me
you're
some.
gonna be pleasantly surprised. So I'm excited about it. It's a good story. Y'all gonna like it. So
Oh, okay. Thank
I
you,
thank you,
dear
dear Diamonds, because
Diamond.
child, I sure forgot. Lord, it's this menopause. But yeah, yeah, Mama U4 is coming. The title is Trust Me.
That's crazy. I didn't expect that. Be still my heart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You just made my night with that because Romeo, I love that series. Okay. Okay.
And you
Yes.
brought it
All
up,
right,
like, why
y'all.
did I not think about that? I don't know why I didn't think about it. But yeah, I'm look if they're recording this month, I'm thinking it's going to be sometime this year. I don't have a date yet, so but yeah, our fourth
Okay.
album original is happening.
You can't tell us the narrators. I understand. I
Mhm.
respect it. However, can you tell us? Hold on now. Work with me. Can you tell us, are these narrators that you have worked with before? Can you tell us that?
Yes, I can
Okay.
tell you
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yes, and I can tell you it is going to be duet narration.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Y'all. Okay. I'm good. We good. All right, y'all. So that is the end of the podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, I appreciate you, Miss Alex House, for joining me. You're
Yes.
wonderful. And I hope to see you this coming May at
Yes.
BRBF. So, again,
Yeah.
y'all, thank you. And everyone, please have a good night. Be safe. And I hope that we brought you a little bit of joy in this crazy
Yeah.
world we're in right now. So, y'all all have a good night.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.